In this video, I'd like to work through the assigned problems from the worksheet 7-1. First one that I asked you to work on was problem number 1. Given a filing status as single and that the tax of $15,675 is owed, our job is to identify the taxable income interval that was used to determine the tax. Basically, what we're being asked to do is work backwards through this set. If 15,675 is what's owed in taxes, then we need to go back and find out about how much money this person made. So the instructions did say to use the table on the next page. So if we flip over to that, we find that $15,750 in taxes for somebody who is single comes from this range of numbers. This single person had to have earned between $77,600 and $77,650. Now the rest of this problem just simply reminds us how we can write this in what we call interval notation. We can use less than or equal than signs, less than or equal to signs, I should say, to write this number. So $77,600 is less than or equal to T, which is less than $77,650. Therefore, the income interval for a single taxpayer who owes $15,675 in taxes is $77,600 less than or equal to T less than $77,650. So a lot of repetition in that problem. Moving on, number 2, we need to calculate the tax for a single taxpayer with a taxable income of $23,872. Typically, somebody with this income will just use a tax table rather than a tax schedule, but we can work with this here. The income, $23,872, is over $8,025, but not over $32,550. Therefore, when we follow that row to the right, the minimum tax that we owe is $802.50 plus, oops, sorry about that. I worked through this a little bit too quickly here. The tax is 15% of the amount over $8,025. So the calculation ends up looking like this. $802.50 is the minimum tax, plus 15% written as a decimal, times 23,872 minus $8,025, which comes out to be $3,179.55. Therefore, the tax that is owed, the tax is $3,179.55. Number 3, Roberta is married and filing a joint return with her husband, Steve. Their combined taxable income is $80,997. How much do they owe in taxes? This one should be quite easy for us, considering the practice we've had. $80,997 falls in this range of income. Since this couple is married and filing their taxes jointly, we see that they owe $12,931 in taxes. Now, number 6 is an interesting question. I think they should have reminded us that we'll probably have to reference the schedule on the front side of this worksheet. I believe that was Schedule Z. No, I'm sorry, this is Schedule X. We're going to have to reference Schedule X here, because what we found is that somebody is going to pay $6,231.25 in taxes, and our job is to work backwards to find out how much income they had. So looking at this schedule, somebody that's going to pay $6,000 in taxes probably had the minimum amount of $4,000 and had to pay an extra 25% on the amount of money that they earned over $32,000. So I have a pretty good feeling that we're going to work out of this line right here. So what this tells me is that an equation that would be used to represent the taxes here would be the 4,421 in minimum tax. Sorry, that's 4481.25 in tax, plus 25% of the amount that's earned, some unknown number here, of the amount over $32,550. By subtracting 4481.25, I can make that disappear from the left-hand side. And then dividing by 0.25, I can make that number disappear from the left-hand side. And then ultimately add to that the $32,550. That'll make that number disappear from that side. We can then obtain the value for X, or the income for somebody that owes $6,200 in taxes. And off screen, I calculated this on my calculator, and the end result came out to be $39,550. So somebody with a $39,550 income filing as single using Schedule X would end up paying $6,000 in taxes, $6,231. What that means now is that we can use the exact same format for problem number 7. Again, using the tax schedule in exercise 2, Anne has to pay $40,000 in taxes. So let's see if we can find out what her income tax was. I'm sorry, what her taxable income was. Somebody who owes $40,000 in taxes, somebody that owes only $40,000 in taxes, is probably not in this interval. I know there might be a tendency to choose this, but this interval states that somebody owes at least $40,052 plus 33% over the amount of income they made above $160,000. But that's not the case here. Anne owes exactly $40,000 in taxes, so we're going to use this interval down here. The minimum of tax that she paid was $16,056.25. $16,056.25 plus, was that 30%? What was that tax bracket there? Plus 28%, plus 28% of her unknown income over $78,850, and this calculation came out to be $40,000 in taxes. So in a very similar move relative to what we did in the last line, what I'd like to do first is subtract $16,056.25. That'll eliminate this number from the left side of the equation. I will then divide by 0.28 to eliminate this value from the left side of the equation. And then finally add $78,850 to eliminate this number from the equation, leaving us with X by itself. And X calculates to be $164,363.39. So as we expected, the income wasn't quite to the threshold of the next line, but just below. So $164,300 is indeed just below this next cutoff point. So she didn't make this number, she was over this number instead. So I think our calculation looks pretty good there. So that concludes the problems I wanted to review in this video. Please be sure to ask any questions when I see you next in class. Thanks for watching.